Here's a sneak peek of what your Echo can do that we're going to discuss in this very episode. Oh, there it is. It's over there in the distance. Okay, so I can stop that Echo here from my office as well. So I'll just say, Alexa, stop kitchen.
Pizza timer stopped on kitchen.
Well, hello, and welcome to the Echo Tips podcast. As you could hear from our prelude today, we're going to be visiting some oldies but goodies and some things I wasn't too sure you could do with alarms and timers, or perhaps I forgot or it was added on later. And that's the ability just not to customize the alarm or timer where you're at, but maybe with an Echo somewhere else in your home, and just to do it verbally. You're upstairs and you want to set one downstairs. You're downstairs and you remember, hey, I just put that pizza in the oven. How do I set it upstairs in the kitchen? So my wife or husband or kids know to pull the pizza out. So how do I do that? Well, there's some neat ways you can do that. And we're also going to take a look at another feature connected with announcements, which are kind of like an intercom system. Something else I was unaware could be done connected with that feature. Well, first off, though, I'd like to welcome our new listeners. Welcome to the podcast. My name is David Ward. I'm an assistive technology instructor with the New Vision program here in Southwest Virginia in the Blue Ridge Mountains. And so it's awesome to have you with us here today. And you'll find our podcast are a little 5 to 15 minutes long, a little longer last week. That happens, where we try to cover nuggetized little things about your Amazon Echo skills, which are kind of like apps. We talk about home automation. We talk about things for kids like the Hey Disney skill. We talk about things for parents, for caregivers, for older ones or seniors. We talk about just a wealth of things we've covered over the years. And so by all means, go back and check our back catalog. Or, if you know of something new, we're going to mention at the end of that podcast how you can reach out to us with thoughts or suggestions. We're always open to thoughts and suggestions. Well, before we delve into these nitty-gritty things about timers, alarms, and how you can set those in different locations that you're not even presently at, we're going to go to a brief message first about our podcast. And I forgot to mention, last week we mentioned maybe new jingles for the podcast, and if you'd like to vote on that on Spotify or give your feedback in another means, you can check out that episode, and we'll also be tagging it onto the end of today's episode. So in case you want to listen to hear those and say, hey, I think jingle number 3 is the best one, you can let me know. Anyway, so before we get into all this stuff, we're going to go to a brief message about our podcast, and then we'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys, and also made possible in part by a grant from the Virginia Board for the Blind and Vision Impaired. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving Central, Southwest, and Southside Virginia. Goodwill's mission is to empower individuals, strengthen families, and inspire communities. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Well, hello again, and as we mentioned earlier, we're going to be dealing with alarms and timers, so wonderful little gizmos, probably the most useful of features on the Amazon Echo that I've been using since time immemorial. And this is separate from reminders, which are kind of like a verbal way to hear that ding, 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 doctor's appointment or whatever the case may be. But timers and alarms are pretty awesome. You can set multiple alarms, repeating alarms. You can have multiple timers. People often don't get that. You can have like a timer for your clothes are in the washing machine, and you got a timer for your pizza. You can have 2 different timers going at the same time and label them differently. Now, today what I'm going to cover is that I didn't know that you could Or maybe I had forgotten that you can be in one place, maybe in your office or you're downstairs, and set an alarm or timer on another Echo located in the house. Now, I believe you can also, of course, probably customize the number of jingles, the type of jingle, and you may be able to set it so that it goes off in multiple places, but I don't think so. I think you're pretty much locked to one Echo at a time. So that's why this may be useful. You're somewhere else and you're like, but I need to be reminded of this later tonight. When I'm eating dinner, I need to remember to put the trash out or something like that. So this is a way in which you can do that. Now I'm about to demo this real quick. Try and keep this short and sweet today. If you have an Echo in hearing distance of me, you may want to shut its ears off unless you are completely okay with me setting alarms at your house. Of course, I'm going to be using terms connected with the way I have mine set up, so it may not affect yours, but nonetheless, you may want to shut its ears off, or if you have one in hearing distance of me, just bear that in mind. Okay, so hopefully you've had a second to do that. So now my room may sound a little more echoey today, and that's because I have my doors propped open here so you can hear my Echo that's all the way over in the kitchen, because I'm going to be using it as kind of a triggering point for this feature. So I'm sitting in my office, but let's say I had just slid a pizza in and I forgot to do that, or I got a family member over there who can get the pizza out, and I tell them, hey, do that, but I forget to set the alarm. Or there's sometime later in the day, I know I'll be out and about and I'll be done with work. I'll be in the kitchen or living room and I'll hear that alarm or timer. So what I can do real simply is I can say, and here we go, Alexa, set a 30-second timer called pizza on my kitchen.
Pizza timer, 30 seconds, starting now on kitchen.
Okay, so I've given that command to the Echo here in my office about the Echo that's in my kitchen. Now, I have it simply named just kitchen. I was looking at the nomenclature. It does have to be exact, so you can't say kitchen Echo or kitchen unless that's the literal name you gave it. So mine's just called kitchen. And so here in just a second, you're going to hear it go off in the distance. And obviously, I would have set it for like 20 minutes or something, depending on the pizza, but you get the idea. Oh. Your pizza timer is done. There it is. Your pizza timer is done. It's over there in the distance. Okay, so I can stop that Echo here from my office as well. So I'll just say, Alexa, stop kitchen.
Pizza timer stopped on kitchen.
There you go. And so that's kind of cool. It also gives you the extra layer of what you just stopped in case you couldn't hear it very well from wherever you were at. Okay, so that's super cool. You can also do this with alarms. So I will do that as well. Alexa, set a 1-minute alarm on kitchen.
1 minute, starting now on kitchen.
Okay, so there you go. And so here in a little bit, it will go off, and I'm just going to fast forward here till you hear that. Okay, so there you go. You can hear the alarm going off in the kitchen, way over there, so it's kind of in the distance. So there you go. Pretty simple. Now let me stop that. Alexa, stop kitchen.
1 minute timer stopped on kitchen.
Oh, okay. It called it a timer, but I had set an alarm. It's a little weird that it got its nomenclature a little wrong. So generally an alarm, you would be more likely to set it for like 7 p.m., 8 a.m., whatever. One thing I thought this might be handy as parents, if you are trying to, make sure the kids get up for their school bus in the morning and you don't have a repeating alarm on the kids' Echo in their rooms, you could just independently set it. So that's kind of an interesting feature. So anywho, so just pretty nifty, connected with alarms and timers. The one last freebie I'm going to throw in today is connected with announcements. Now, announcements are kind of cool, and this is going to play into what we're doing here too, because they can go off on multiple Echoes across your account, and they're usually used as kind of like an intercom feature, right? So we've done demonstrations of that before. It's real cool. Like, hey kids, we're going to be leaving for Walmart in 15 minutes. Anybody who wants to go needs to be ready to go, and you can say, hey, announce. And she'll come back and ask you for the announcement, and then it'll play literally a recording of your voice across all the Echoes on your account. So that's pretty cool, and it's been around for a while. Now, they've added a feature, they've had that for a long time, where if you use certain phrases like dinner or lunch or it's time to go to bed or whatever, it would often play like a jingle that would be associated with dinner time or lunch, or if it's going to bed, it'd play like a little 30-second clip of a lullaby or something like that. But something I didn't notice is that it has these like prefab announcements where it's not playing your voice in a jingle. It just plays like a cut jingle. So this is pretty cool, especially in the future. They allow us to maybe like customize these or buy a jingle package from Disney or something, or who knows, or Marvel, or it could be pretty cool. So let's just try this. All I have to do is say, Alexa, announce it's dinner time.
Announcing from home office.
Dinner time.
All right, so you might have heard a little bit of an echo there. That's because not only did you hear the one here in my office, you also heard the kitchen, the living room, maybe there in the distance as well. So it didn't use my voice. You could tell it used some sort of clip. I don't know if that was from a movie or something. And then it played it. So that's kind of neat too. I might have to dig into that more in the future about what other ones they've made. But I kind of like that because you don't have to do all the back and forth, and it does a recording and all that. So anywho. All right, so that will bring this episode to a close today. Like I said, we'll tack on to the tail end of this episode some possible new jingles or opening music for the podcast. If you'd like to vote on any one of those, you can do it on Spotify or get back in communication with us through Facebook or Twitter at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys, or you can email us at info@goodwillvalleys.com. And I'll mention that too in connection with you've had suggestions or thoughts about a new skill or service or hardware or feature or whatever. Feel free to reach out to us there. Again, Facebook, Twitter, Goodwill Industries of the Valleys. Just earmark it for David on the Echo Tips podcast. Say, hey, I had a question for David. Could he cover this on a future podcast? Or you could email us again at info@goodwillvalleys.com. Okay, well, that will bring this episode to a close, and it is that time again that we have at the end of every episode. It is time to turn the ears back on your Echo. Start practicing some of the many things that you've learned. I'm David Ward for the New Vision program, and we do thank you for listening.
Thanks, Dave. Let me tell you a bit more. Let me put on my official sounding voice. Ahem, ahem. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys, and also made possible in part by a grant from the Virginia Board for the Blind and Vision Impaired. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving Central, Southwest, and Southside Virginia. Goodwill's mission is to empower individuals, strengthen families, and inspire communities. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Phew. Thanks for listening.
Okay, so here is possible new theme music. This is number one. If you're voting, vote for number one if you like it. Kind of punchy. Da 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 da. I don't know. That's number one. Oh, it's gonna break loose. All right, we're on to number two. If you like this one, so it's got a little more of a fantasy kind of. Yeah, it's kind of like this one too. Number two. Okay, we're on to number three here. one's pretty upbeat. I have to drink a lot of coffee. This is my new sleep. Number 3, guys. I don't know. It's a lot of energy. Okay, this is number 4 and our final option. And we might bring in some others here in a future episode too. Number 4. I like the piano. All right, guys. So just let me know 1, 2, 3, or 4, and you could probably vote on this on Spotify, or you can tweet, Facebook, or email me, and just let us know. All right. Thanks.